Hi, this is Hilary Burns. My show, The Getting Real with Hilary Show, is dedicated to you. This show is meant to inspire you and to have other guests on who have a story, who might have been stuck, to inspire you that you can also get unstuck and create a life you love. That we can all be free, we don't have to feel alone, and we don't have to feel that there's something wrong with us. That's my message, and I hope you'll join and tune in for some exciting adventures and interviews. Welcome to the Getting Real with Hilary show, where we say what can't be said, and the AAA formula for freedom, which is awareness, acceptance, and action. And today, I am here with Shirley Archambault, who has quite a story to tell. And I believe you will all be inspired by Shirley's story. She's still struggling, but that's part of life, and we're going to hopefully get her some freedom today. Shirley is a COVID survivor, a retired nurse, a mother of 3 girls, and grandmother of 4 grandsons. So welcome, Shirley. It's great to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Shirley. So here I'm already crying. I'm already crying. We haven't started talking yet. So you were telling me about life before COVID. Can you just tell the listeners a little bit about how life was?
Life before COVID was good. My husband and I were coming upon our 30th wedding anniversary. He was 61. We were getting ready for his retirement. I was going to work a few more years as a nurse, and then I was going to retire, and we were going to live happily ever after. And then COVID happened, and he got it, and then I got it, and life changed forever. He got COVID, and the day of our 30th wedding anniversary, he was placed on a ventilator. I was placed on a ventilator 3 days later. I spent 33 days on the ventilator. When I woke up, when they took me off the ventilator, I should say, they sent me to a long-term acute care hospital. I spent 7 weeks there. After the second week, I asked my daughter, how come Dad doesn't come to visit me? And she said, Mom, we have to talk about that. Dad didn't make it. He had died almost 4 weeks earlier. I didn't get the normal widow experience. I sat in my hospital bed and cried for 6 months. I was in the hospital for 6 months. I came home at Thanksgiving. My husband was cremated. He came home Christmas Eve. He was at the funeral home the whole time. My daughters weren't able to take him home. They weren't, that wasn't something that they could handle. So I had to wait until I came home to bring him home.
So you mean the ashes?
The ashes, yes. Okay. Yes. So his ashes. Him. It was him.
Yeah.
It was him.
Yeah. So what month did all that start?
May 26th was our 30th wedding anniversary.
So May 26th, and then you finally got out of the rehab and the hospital.
I came home the week before Thanksgiving.
So November, wow.
I was in 4 different hospitals that expanse of time. Yes. Yeah, I was completely paralyzed. I'm still in a wheelchair today. I'm learning how to walk. My insurance gave up on me 4 months ago. I've been self-paying now for 4 months. But I'm not giving up. I used the money I got from Ron's insurance to help me learn how to walk. He would want that.
So he had life insurance.
He did have some. He had some. It wasn't a lot,
Right. But
but
he had.
that's what I'm paying for to
Yeah.
learn how to. I want to walk again. I want to walk again.
Now how what got you paralyzed?
I was in a coma. An induced coma for 33 days, and they used a lot of paralytic medication. So when I awoke, the only thing I could move was my head. So when I went to the first hospital, um, they had to give me an alarm. When I had to call the nurse, I could only move my head. They had an alarm next to my head. Sometimes they would forget to put the alarm next to my head. So I had no way to call anybody to help me. So if I needed help, I had nobody.
And
And
and was this like prime COVID when nobody
oh
for
yeah,
you?
no,
So your daughters could.
yeah, my they allowed one visitor a day. So I was in Stoughton, Massachusetts. I live in Lowell, Massachusetts, total opposite ends of the state. My daughters are traveling an hour a day, taking turns every other day because they only allowed one visitor. They came every day to come and see me, every day. Yeah.
And here they knew that your husband had passed away and they weren't telling you. That must have been
They
really
did not think I could handle it. They
right.
didn't think I could handle it. Yeah. They waited for me to be able to voice it. So as soon as I was able to ask, "Where's Dad?"
Yeah.
That that's when they let me know.
So were you paralyzed? And you may not know the answer, but I'm just curious. Did you get paralyzed because of the drugs they gave you to paralyze you in the
They say it's some form of Guillain-Barré, but it's Guillain-Barré on steroids because it's 2.5 years now, and I still can't walk, and I probably will never walk normally again. My Achilles tendons are shortened, so I wear AFOs. At one point, they were KFOs, which go all the way up to your hip. They're knee, ankle, foot orthotics. Now they're just ankle, foot orthotics. Um,
and how did they get shortened, the Achilles tendon?
because they just weren't used for months and months and months. I couldn't, I couldn't move. I couldn't move. The
Because
first things that moved were my thumbs, and just looking at them, I was like amazed. And that was several weeks into the acute care hospital setting.
but
It
it
was
wasn't, yeah, and I'm just, and again, you may not know, but I'm just curious. So you were paralyzed. I mean, they had you not being able to move for all that time on purpose, right?
when I was in the coma, yes,
Yeah.
because
So
they
then,
didn't want me pulling tubes out, things.
right. So then when you got out of the coma, obviously they stopped the drugs, but there was still an effect, or you were just weak.
My
You-
body was weakened. It was, yeah, yeah, absolutely. All the
So,
muscles, everything was deteriorated in that time. Yeah.
so can you like, and again, I don't know anything about this, so I might be totally off, but like if you work your muscles now, do you find them getting stronger or are you?
Oh, they're absolutely stronger. Yeah, I've gone through so much rehab. I've done aqua therapy. I've done cupping. I've done so much therapy. I've done
Wow.
Medicare has been really good. They've probably spent $1 million on me,
Wow.
trying to come back. Like I did at least 40 visits last year. At least 40 visits this year that paid for. Um, I have been self-paced since, like I said, the end of April, the beginning of May.
Right.
Um, I've had a lot of therapy. I'm still doing it.
But you're way better than you used to be, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. I can stand. I can walk with
Yeah.
loft steering crutches. They got the ones that come to your arms. I need a gait belt and someone has to hold on to it. I'm afraid for them to let go still.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure I could do it,
Yeah.
but I still need that buffer zone. I need somebody there.
And prior to COVID, you were,
I was normal. Yeah, I was 75 pounds heavier.
you were what?
75 pounds heavier.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Prior to COVID.
Prior
So,
to COVID.
uh, well, at least it makes it easier to move around, right?
It does, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've even lost weight since just working out. Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
yeah.
So, wow. All right. So tell me about, so we get the story now.
Okay.
Tell me about, you said, I said this is, about people being stuck and how they
The
got
stuff we're
unstuck.
doing, moving forward. You don't move. I can't say move on. You do move on, but you move forward. You move through. Um, yeah, you carry it with you. It comes with you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
how, when you
And
said,
some days it's heavier than others. Yeah,
and is it the loss of your, I mean, obviously you have two major things. You have the loss of your husband and you have your physical,
yeah,
uh,
yeah,
you know, rehab and
yeah,
getting
yeah,
better.
yeah.
So when we were talking yesterday, you told me you still felt stuck. Can you talk about that a little bit and maybe we can,
I'm some days I feel stuck still. Some days I feel like I'm conquering the world. And other days I feel like it's the world is beating me up. Yeah. But I just keep trudging forward and trying to put Ron's love out in the world. That's what else can I do? Because I'm still here. He's not here. What else can I do?
hmm.
Yeah.
And what keeps you going, would you say?
My children, my grandchildren, their love. Yeah. Yeah.
And when you feel the days where you feel like you're not, is it like, tell me about how that feels. What the days you wake up, is it you don't feel like you're making progress or the sadness, the grief? Like, what is it that gets you so, you know,
It's a lot of sadness. There's a lot of sadness. There's a lot of grief. There's a lot of pain. Yeah, there's a lot of, I'm gonna start losing it.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I miss him. I really miss him. He was my partner in crime.
Mm,
Yeah. I have nobody to reel me in. Yeah. He was he was someone that if I took a step too far, he would say, "Come on back, Shirley. Come on in." You know, you're a little too. That's a little much. Now I don't have that, and sometimes I feel I overdo things. Sometimes maybe posting memes on Facebook and you know things like that. Yeah. Uh,
but what do you mean overdue? Like, let's say you post 1,000 memes on Facebook. Like, what does that mean? Do you know what I mean? Why would that be overdoing it if that's what you feel like about?
the content of the memes, yeah, like what I'm actually posting. Like Ronnie would be like, "What the bleep are you doing? Stop!" You
Like, what
know.
are they? Like, say one.
Uh,
Say one.
um.
That would be a bad one.
Hmm. The clitoris has 8,000 nerves. If you wanna get on my nerves, get on one of them. Yeah, Ronnie would say, "Shirley, stop." Yeah, like yeah, rein
They
it
don't
in.
shut you down.
Yeah, he would say, "Come on back, let's go, Shirley."
Oh,
Yeah, and I got nobody to do that anymore. So, and then I'm just like
what's that?
IDGAF. You have to look it up. I don't know if I can
Yes,
say
I
it
don't give a, yeah, yeah,
here.
yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what's wrong with that?
I have nobody to worry about. I have nobody to rein me in. Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't know if that's a bad thing. I don't know. I don't know. I'm scared. It scares me sometimes.
Oh, like
Yeah.
you're out of control?
I feel out of control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what if, because this is something I've been looking at for myself. Sometimes I just get
Mhm.
sad or negative. Like I just feel like mad and everyone else is happy and I'm like, "Rah, rah, rah, rah." And I feel like there's something wrong with me, but then I wrote a second book and it's all about what if that's good? Like, what if that's my gift? Like, what if your crazy sense of humor is your gift and you could let go of being afraid of it?
I don't know. I'm afraid of it.
Yeah, but what if,
I'm afraid of
because
it.
sometimes, like, if I'm resisting it, I'm trying not to be crazy and it makes me crazier because now I'm crazy or I'm afraid, like that, it gets worse. Like,
Yeah.
one of the things is, what if you can, and it's hard, I'm not saying that's easy, but if you can let go of resisting it, if you want to post about clitoris nerves, do it. Or maybe find a place where just your friends can see it, instead of the whole
Yeah.
world. But
Yeah.
like, what if that's your biggest fear, and I'm not, I don't know if it is, but if that's one of them, like I know I was afraid people would find out I was crazy, that I am needy, pathetic,
All
negative.
of the above.
I'm negative. I am negative. Like I'm a here. Someone gave me this mug. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I always say I'm half empty. Some people are half full, I'm half empty. That's just the way I look
Yeah.
at life. And I decided, what if that's not a problem? That's just the way I am. I look at it
I
like,
just drink it and say it's done.
yeah,
I wouldn't say half empty, half full. I just
right,
drink it.
right. But what if that craziness that you think you need, look, Ron's here. You could probably feel him sometimes, right? What
Uh,
if
I have a hard time feeling it. And that's probably why I do my artwork.
your artwork?
Yeah.
Oh,
I do
interesting.
kindness stones.
Oh, can we see one? Do you have one there?
I have a bunch.
All right, let me see.
Okay. I have a few different kinds. Okay, so we have
Oh, I love that. Oh, those are beautiful. Oh,
mm,
that you drew that?
oh, it's carbon. It's a carbon.
Yeah, but it's
I used carbon.
awesome.
Yeah. But I painted it. I did all
Yeah,
the fine detail. And yeah. Yeah.
that's awesome.
Then I also do
Let's see.
canvases.
Oh, I love that.
And that gets but the
What is that
kindness
tree?
stone,
Doesn't that tree have a name?
it's tree of life.
Yeah, tree of life. Awesome. Wow. All right. So, what
I
if
have I have a website,
you do? Oh, tell
a
me.
Facebook page that's called Lowell Rocks. It's local, my town.
Lowell
And
Rocks.
we hide the rocks. And my family goes out and hides the rocks. And people find them and they post them. And they get to keep them or they can hide them again. So I've had people find them, and someone hid one up in Seabrook in New Hampshire at the beach again. And then other people just say, I'm going to keep this because I love it. And people tell me that it just gives them, makes them feel good. Yeah.
Oh,
So it's spreading Ron's love. That's what makes me feel
oh. I'm writing that down. Spreading rounds. Beautiful. Yeah, that's beautiful.
good.
So most of the time you're in that, and then occasionally you feel like you're out of control.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what I've learned, and again, it might not help, but is to just like instead of resisting it and going, "Oh my God, I'm out of control," get more out of control. Like scream or do
Just
something.
grab onto it and
Yeah,
hold on,
and no, that's your
ride the rails.
right. That's your gift. Who else, you know, what did you say? Hides rocks that give people hope. I mean, that's really a beautiful thing. So you're having Ron's love. You're spreading Ron's love, and people
I'm
need that.
trying.
People
When
need
I
that
can't
right
feel
now.
it, I try to give it out. Yeah, and
Yeah,
that helps me to feel it. Yeah.
yeah. That's
I
really
try.
beautiful.
I
That's really
try.
beautiful. Yeah.
I try.
Is there anything else? Any other gifts you want to give to people?
I
Well,
don't know that these are gifts. It's just my life. I just gotta keep breathing, taking deep breaths and holding on for dear life. The cat on the poster in your high school, you know, just hang in there.
hey,
Something, something will happen.
what if I could channel Ron right now? You want me to try? We have a
Try.
few minutes.
All right.
Let me
Let's
see
see
if
what
I
you
can
can do.
hear him. Okay, you ready for this? It might be weird, but
Okay.
you get your tissues. Shirley, my love. I didn't mean to leave you. I didn't think I would be leaving you. We had a wonderful life, and I'm still here. I'm still watching you, and you're spreading my love, which is what I would be doing if I was there. And that's the right thing to do. You're doing great, and I'm sorry it's been so hard, but you're gonna be fine. I'm sorry that I couldn't stay, but that's the way it had to be. I love you, and I'm here. You just can't see me. Ugh.
Thank you, Hilary.
Ugh.
Thank you.
I could feel him, right? Right? Anything you want to say to him?
I love you. I miss you.
He knows. He knows. And you're doing great. You're doing great. And you don't have to be afraid of feeling crazy. That's what it is. It's your gift. And maybe he shouldn't have reined you in before. Maybe he should have.
Don't tell him, leave me alone.
Yeah,
Shut up.
yeah, exactly. Maybe he should have allowed it so that now you'd be freer with it. Yeah, awesome. Wow.
Thank you. Yeah, that was big.
Yeah, sometimes like they're not ready to go, but it's their time and he didn't get to say goodbye. But he's here. That's what I've learned. And again, I'm not an expert at this, but that they are around, they're in another dimension. We can't see them, but we can like feel their energy, you know? So he's here. He's with you. Sounds like you guys had an amazing relationship, right?
Yeah.
30 years. Wow. Yeah. Well, maybe, releasing some of that might sometimes, and again, I'm not an expert. I've read books and whatever, but our bodies, like, they get stuck, especially with a um, traumatic event, which obviously you had at least two. Um, and maybe by releasing it, your body will get freer. I wonder. I'd like to know. Because sometimes when I get stuck, I feel it right here, like I'm gonna die, like I can't breathe. I don't know. Do you feel it? Well, obviously,
Sometimes,
yeah.
some, yeah,
And if I can experience it instead of resisting it, like look and see, okay, what is this? Okay, I'm afraid. Like it's not actually happening, but there's trauma or whatever that gets stuck in our body. So,
yeah, yeah,
like when you can release it, it's like you move into a new energy instead of trying not to feel it. And we're not taught to feel anything negative.
that,
That's
no,
been
right. That's not something that you're allowed to do, right?
right. You're supposed to be happy and positive and get over it.
Sure,
Right.
sure.
So my mission is to have us be able to say, oh, wow, I'm sad right now. I'm mad. I'm angry. Allow it. Don't resist it. And then by like leaning into it, and I'm not saying it's easy. I have a hard time still because
No,
I'm used to
it's
like, I'm
not
fine.
easy.
I'm fine.
It's not easy.
No, but like when my dad died, it was like a roller coaster. And when the grief hit, it was just like, it's pain, it's physical, it feels like pain. But if you can experience it, it only lasts a couple seconds. If you don't add a story to it and pour me and all that, it shouldn't have been, or you're guilty. If you don't add that story, you can just feel the pain and it's very brief.
Yes,
I don't know if
yes,
you've noticed that, right? Like if
yeah,
I like sometimes I call him a heaver. I have a big heaver in the car where you're just like, right? You're crying so hard. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
But then all of a sudden I'm like, wow, I feel great.
Then it's done.
Yeah, then it's done. So by allowing
And
that,
you feel so good.
yeah. And those moments where you feel stuck, it's fine. Just look at it and go, wow, I don't feel like doing this today.
Yeah,
Like,
I have lots of days like that.
yeah. And
Yeah,
then,
and I don't do anything.
yeah, good. That's beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sit in my wheelchair and feel sorry for myself.
that's right.
Mhm.
Pity party, we call it. Invite your friends. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's
Come
freeing,
on over.
right? It's freeing to allow it instead of thinking I should be positive, I should be doing this, I should. As soon as you say should, you get stuck.
You can't do it 24 hours a day. It's just
No, right, right.
exhausting. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Shirley. Let's see, I didn't know that was all gonna happen, but I enjoyed our conversation. You are an inspiration, really. And
It was
if
hard.
you
It was hard. It was good. It was,
yeah. And if you think, you know what, we have our journeys. Like when I don't like something, it's like, okay, this is teaching me something. This is what I'm supposed to be going through. Even though it's not fun, it's not like poor me. It's like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, and somehow this is what you were supposed to happen. And maybe there's other people listening or watching that need to see your inspiration. So thank you so much for your generosity. And we will put the website, I will get it as soon as we're done and post it so that people can see all the stuff that you're doing, even the crazy stuff. And
you're very welcome.
and thank you. Anything you'd want to say in closing?
Just happy to get Ron's love out there in the world.
Oh, and he's happy too. So thank you.
Thank you.